Surrounding a dramatic piece of video.
Those are the screams of a terrified 14-year-old boy with autism as a Buckeye police officer wrestles him to the ground. Police officials claim nothing about this is wrong, but the boy's family says watch the body cam video and you may feel differently.
Tonight, ABC 15 investigator Dave Biskobing is the only Valley reporter with all of the evidence, and he's pressing Buckeye police for answers.
Small, quiet neighborhood square where you're now watching a Buckeye police officer roll up and jump out to confront a 14-year-old boy with autism.
What's going on?
This boy, Connor Liebel, and this is the officer, David Grossman. A lot is about to happen in the next 30 seconds, so watch first, and we'll break it down after.
Yeah, what are you doing?
Good.
What are you doing?
I'm skimming.
What?
How are you doing with this?
What is that? Stop walking away from me.
It's a stream.
Okay, so why are you bouncing around all the way? You have any ID on you?
No.
Don't go anywhere. All right, just relax.
Are you okay? Are you okay? I'm okay. I'm okay.
Stay down.
I'm okay. I'm okay.
During it all, the two fall into a tree. Connor is left like this, scrapes to his back, arms, and face. If you're wondering why Connor was alone, it's because his caregiver was walking his younger sister right across the street for piano lessons at this music shop. If you're also wondering what Connor told the officer when he was approached, he said he was stimming. Stimming is a coping mechanism where he flicks a small string in front of his face. This video from his family shows him doing it out in his yard. It's the behavior that Officer Grossman claims made him think Connor was doing some sort of inhalant drug out in the middle of the day in the middle of this park. In a press conference, Buckeye police officials say they stand behind their officers' actions.
There was an internal investigation in this. The internal investigation decided that there was no type of use of force made within this incident.
Officer Grossman is a top DUI cop and certified drug recognition expert. Police say since he found Connor's actions suspicious, that allowed him to detain Connor. They also said Grossman couldn't immediately tell Connor was a juvenile.
I don't know if there's anybody that would ever look at this boy and think that he's not 14 years old, or that he's even close to being a man.
Right.
Do you think maybe it could have been handled better? Is there any sort of acknowledgement that way?
You know, I don't know if better would have been the term to use again, because I'd be getting in the officer's head about what was going on on that time and what he thought was what he was dealing with. But we are going to learn from this and hopefully deal with these situations differently.
Now, in response to Buckeye PD, Connor's family was not available for an interview tonight, but in a statement, they told me they are anguished over what happened, and they're making 3 different demands. I'm going to read them for you. 1, a face-to-face apology from the officer to their son. 2, for the officer to do community service in the autism community. And 3, training for every officer in Buckeye PD so that this doesn't happen again. Now, the city says they just received those demands and they're evaluating them. As for us, we're still digging into this incident. And tomorrow, we're going to sort out a lot more of this evidence and reveal a lot more about what happened. For now, I'm live in Buckeye. I'm investigator Dave Biskobing, ABC 15, Arizona.
Infuriating video shows cop mistake autism for drug use, assault, hurt innocent boy. A heartbreaking video shows how the drug war doesn't discriminate between guilty and innocent, and even autistic children aren't safe. By Jack Burns, September 19, 2017. Buckeye, Arizona officer David Grossman and the Buckeye Police Department are under fire this week from an angry family who says the way the Phoenix area police officer treated their 14-year-old autistic son was completely inappropriate for an officer of the peace. The officer slammed their son to the ground, injuring him in the process, and now the family wants answers. Grossman explained to his supervisors why he felt the need to take the boy to the ground that day on July 19. He said he noticed Connor Liebel pacing from the Park Street bench to the corner of the street, fidgeting with something he was holding in his hand, and then smelling it. He said after smelling it the boy appeared to seize and would then do it all again. In the untrained mind of the officer, the boy was obviously under the influence of some inhaled substance, a conclusion he apparently arrived at well before he made contact with Connor. As the body camera footage shows, Grossman approached Connor and asked him what he was doing. The autistic boy responded with good and that he was stimming, short for self-stimulation, the often repetitive actions, movements, and sounds many if not most autistic individuals make to calm and stimulate themselves. "I'm okay. I'm okay," Connor screamed as the man he was likely always was told by his family was there as a protector, in that moment, became his tormentor. Anyone who knows anything about working with autistic individuals knows how to spot someone who is likely autistic. There are the telltale signs of repetitive behaviors, rocking motions, awkward social interactions, and inappropriate speech responses in some. And one thing experts also know is autistic individuals get extremely agitated, anxious, and sometimes combative when they're touched. Advertisement. Read more. Government reports confirm vaccines cause injury. Their solution? Pass the buck. Grossman grabbed Connor as the young teenager attempted to walk away from the officer, an action which was well within his civil rights since he was not a suspect in any crime. But Grossman quickly told him not to walk away and attempted to place the boy in handcuffs after grabbing him by the arm. Connor again attempted to pull away. But when he did, Grossman took him to the ground and held him there until backup arrived, all the while Connor was screaming in agony and trying to mentally make sense of everything happening to him. "Don't move, stop moving, don't you move, you understand?" Grossman told the boy as a dangerous situation could have quickly gotten out of hand. If the boy had reached back and grabbed Grossman's gun, what would have happened then? "Why are you acting like this, Connor?" he asked. "'Cause I'm okay," the boy replied. The young boy's aunt, Diane, heard all the child's screams and approached the scene. She told Grossman she was sorry if her nephew had done anything wrong but stated he had autism. "He's fighting with me," the officer said, being completely untruthful with the boy's guardian. At that moment, the officer should have removed his hands from the boy and allowed him to get to his feet. Instead, he held him down, a no with autistic individuals, for what must have been agonizing minutes until his backup arrived. "He's doing something with his hands, I don't know what that is," the officer stated. "You don't have anything, drugs, on you, do you?" he ignorantly asked again. Read more. This is what autism feels like. "So you drove by, you saw him stimming, and you thought he was on drugs. You don't know anything about autism, huh?" Diane asked. After making contact with the autistic boy and his mother, it appeared as though he used the aunt's identification to run a background check on her to see if she had any warrants. "I'm so wrong," Grossman said, but wasn't speaking to the aunt or the boy, which would have been the most appropriate person to admit his flaws. Instead, he told a colleague how wrong he was, who responded by saying, "What did you do now?" That one comment may lead many to conclude Grossman has a history of boneheaded missteps. Now the family is demanding answers. After filing a complaint with the Buckeye Police Department, and going to the media with pictures of his injuries, the BPD said they have concluded their officer followed procedure. A police spokesperson said they will use the interaction as a learning opportunity to prevent further misunderstanding in the future. In a statement sent to ABC15 in Phoenix, the family said, "The family is anguished about what happened to Connor. It's astonishing that even after an internal investigation, the Buckeye Police Department claims it did absolutely nothing wrong." Diane reportedly works at Desert Edge High School in Goodyear, Arizona. She was walking another sibling across the street to music lessons classes when Grossman, a so-called drug recognition expert, made contact with Connor, who was only alone for a few moments. Buckeye PD conducted their own internal investigation and concluded Grossman did not apply any use of force in detaining Connor, according to spokesperson Detective Tamala Skaggs. Read more. Autistic 6th grader assaulted by school cop, now he is a convicted felon. According to ABC News 15. When asked why Grossman, a drug recognition expert, couldn't tell the difference between a drug user and this boy's behavior, Det Skaggs said she couldn't speak for Grossman because she wasn't in his head and it happened so fast. We were going to suggest that Diane round up all the Buckeye police officers and give them all training in how to distinguish a drug addict from an autistic person, but the family already knows what they want to see occur as a result of the gross misunderstanding. According to ABC News 15, they have a very specific list of demands. The family is asking for 3 things to help seek justice for Connor. First, a personal apology from the officer. Second, that the officer perform community service with the autistic community. And third, that Buckeye institute a mandatory training program to prevent an incident like this from ever happening again, according to the family's statement. Raw body cam directly from Buckeye Police. The Buckeye, Arizona incident is the second such police versus special needs children incident we at TFTP have reported within the last 2 months. As we reported, an autistic boy in Utah was also manhandled when the officer who made contact with him did not like the responses he was given. The officer laid hands on him and took him down to the ground with a wrist/elbow lock. The boy was then instructed to listen to the officer. But with individuals with special needs, even the act of listening can be a challenge. That's why training is so important for officers to be able to distinguish a drug user from a person who has a health issue.
What's going on?
Me?
Yeah, what are you doing?
Good.
What are you doing?
I'm skimming.
What?
How are you doing with this?
What is that? Stop walking away from me.
It's a stream.
Okay, so why are you bouncing around all the way? You have any ID on you?
No.
Don't go anywhere. Alright, just relax.
Are you okay? Are you okay? I'm okay! I'm okay! Ah! Ah! Ah!
Stay down.
I'm okay! I'm okay! I'm okay!
Don't move.
Okay.
You understand?
No, I'm okay! I know. Help!
Stop moving!
I'm okay!
Don't you move, you understand?
Yeah. I need help.
Don't move.
I need help.
Don't stop moving.
Am I gonna go away?
Relax.
I'll breathe.
You are breathing.
Yeah. Okay, I'll clap and lay down. I'm okay.
Stop moving.
Am I gonna go away? Are you gonna go away?
Just relax.
What are you doing? Hey, what are you doing?
Just relax, okay?
Yeah.
Don't move. You're fine, okay? Don't move.
You won't leave
What's
me.
your name?
Connor.
Why are you acting like this, Connor?
Because I'm okay.
Stop moving.
No, time's up.
Relax. Who's this?
Diane.
He's fighting with me. What's going on? Do you know him? Okay. Okay. I'm waiting for another unit to show up, and then we're going to figure out what's going on, okay? He's fine. He's breathing. He just started.
I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
I was just in a music lesson. He usually just walks around. Was he hurting somebody?
No, I was trying to talk to him. I wasn't sure what was going on. And then he started trying to back away from me and then kind of pull away from me when he seemed like he wanted to run away.
Connor. It's okay, babes.
Am I going to be okay?
You're okay.
You okay, all right?
I'm sorry he scared you.
Because he's doing something with his hands or something in his hands.
Stimming.
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
It's when you have autism. It's his nerves.
Okay.
Oh my God.
That's fine. All right. You gonna relax?
Yeah.
Okay. What's her name?
Diane.
Okay.
It's okay, babes. Oh my God, his hand's turning white.
Okay. Can you move?
Yeah.
Stay right there, okay?
Just stay, Connor. Don't move, baby.
Just stay calm, okay?
Yeah.
You see the string in his hand?
Yeah.
That's what he's
Yeah, but
stealing.
I don't know if it was like some type of drug or something, because I couldn't see what he was doing. Because as soon as he was doing it,
I know. I'm sorry.
that's okay.
He comes over here and plays while I'm in the music lesson.
Were you playing?
Relax. Okay.
Yeah.
You don't have nothing on you, right?
No.
Okay.
He's only 14 years old.
Tell him to slow units down, please. Okay, relax, okay?
Yeah, I'll take a deep breath.
Okay.
Don't move, Connor, okay? Do me a favor, don't move. So you drove by and you saw him stimming and you thought he was on drugs?
A couple of times, yeah.
You don't know anything about autism, huh? No. Sorry.
That's okay.
I'm not in trouble.
No, you're not in trouble at all.
All right,
baby.
he has autism. Okay.
He's 14 years old.
Relax, okay?
He won't scare me.
No,
Okay.
they're okay.
You
It's
good.
just like
You good.
John McCure. Just like John McCure. Police officer like John McCure.
Both of them?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's all. I just want to make sure he doesn't have nothing on. Hey, why don't you sit up, okay? Sit up. Ah, yeah, that's fine. Sit up. Can you sit up all the way? There you go. Stand on up for me, okay?
Yeah.
There you go. You don't have nothing else? Nothing on you?
No.
Okay. Here, sit next to her right now, okay? Do you have ID with you, ma'am?
Yes, I do. You're fine, babes. Just relax, okay? I'm sorry.
All right.
I was just in there making a new schedule for Danica's music lesson.
Yeah, because I drove by a couple of times and he seemed fine until he started doing something with his hands, and then...
He goes like this. It's called stimming. I'm sorry, you're not... If you knew about autism.
It's okay. And then when I was trying to identify him, it seemed like he wanted to run away from me, and...
Well, because you scared him. Oh my God, you got...
What's his first name? Connor?
Connor.
Okay. What's his date of birth?
Local return. New state return. New state return. New state return. New local return. New state return. New state return. Your assigned call has been updated. New state return. New state return.
That's what I heard. Is this Mom?
Hey, Diane, here's your ID. Just give me a few more minutes, okay? Have you dealt with him before? Okay. What? I'm so wrong.
Break you in half.
Huh?
Break you in half.
Your assigned call has been updated.
9680. Service 1491, 10-4.
So he has autism. So I drove by a few times and he seemed fine. And then he was doing something in his hand and like smelling it. And as soon as he was smelling it, it was like he was having like a miniature seizure while he was standing up. So it was a string that the aunt was telling me about. So when I went to approach him, yeah, it was a string. I guess he has autism, so the string, I don't know if it calms him down or whatever.
Where's the hands on him?
Because he started backing away from me when I was trying to identify him and try to figure out what's in his hand, and he slightly turned to try and take off, and I went to grab him, and I had hands behind his back so I could detain him and figure out what's going on. And as his hands were behind his back, then he started pulling away from me and trying to, so I never let go of him until we twirled around by the tree and he went down on the ground. I just held him there. I heard my radio go off, so I figured at least if the radio went off, I knew someone was going to come, so.
Service 1491 in the blind, negative 1029, 11 of 2017, on a 2005 Chevy pickup out of Avondale, 1547.
Hey. Hey, where are you at? Okay, well, I have work here, so I wasn't sure if you wanted me to talk to work or wait till you get here.
10-6, I have a negative contact.
Okay, bye bye.
Almost all road.
Alright, so I drove by a couple of times, right? So I see him pacing from the bench to the corner, and he has something in his hand. Now we figure out it's a string, the black thing he has in his hand.
I guess autistic is like the string, right?
So when I was watching him, he seemed fine, and then he would hit it on his hand and smell it like he's trying to get whatever air from it. And as soon as he does that, he just, like, you know, just goes in like a brief paralysis, you know what I mean? Just gets like frozen there and just, you know, stretches out his arms. So I'm figuring he's inhaling some type of inhalant or something. So I drove by a few times, kept seeing him do this. So I came up, parked here. I tried talking to him. He seemed fine compared to when I saw him when he started trying to inhale whatever he was inhaling. And I was saying, hey, what's going on? What are you doing? He's like, nothing. And then he said something about stimming, so I'm like, well, what is that? I'm not, you know, I don't know if it's a drug thing, a medical thing. I don't know what he meant by that. And then I asked him, well, what's your name? And he starts backing up. I'm like, hey, don't back up for me. You know, I'm just trying to figure out what's going on here. He starts backing up some more. I went to grab his hand. And so I'm like, hey, just relax, just calm down. So when I went to detain him, put his hands behind his back. And as I start pulling out the handcuffs, he starts pulling away from me. So as soon as he starts pulling away from me, I still have a hold on him. So we're twirled around by the tree. And then we fell down on the ground. And then I kind of fell on top of him, and I just held him there because I heard my radio chip off. So I figured someone was coming. So I just held him there. He kept trying to move again a couple of times. I told him, hey, just relax, just calm down. I could feel how I grabbed him, and there was nothing, no cut off of anything. Hey, just relax. What's your name? He told me his first name. That was pretty much it. Then the aunt came. The aunt said, oh, well, he has autism, blah, blah. So I'm like, hey, do you know her? He's like, yeah. So then I started backing off. I'm like, hey, just calm down a little bit, you know what I mean? So as soon as I start backing off on him, you know, he arrived. Made sure he didn't have any weapons or anything else on him. I had him sit with the aunt, and ID'd both of them, and that's pretty much where we're at right now.
Okay. All right. Well.
Jeff just kind of commented.
Hey. Yeah, Jeff was over there. So
yeah. Right.
Thank you. Okay. Hang on.
Sure.
My sister Mia is 2.
Well, let me forget about my back pain for 3 minutes.
Okay. You get along with them?
Are you hurting?
Or do they irritate you?
No, they get along.
Okay. No, my sisters irritate. My daughters irritate my boys, so I get it. Okay, perfect.
Sisters are made to irritate brothers.
Yeah, they are.
He is such a good boy. Seriously, that's why I was just like, I'm so sorry.
No, I don't know what's going on.
You were yelling, so.
Oh, okay. Well, when we started falling on the ground, that's when I started yelling. But I just want to make sure that he was okay because, like I said, that string, I'm not familiar with it. So he seemed perfectly fine, but every time like he would hit his hand with it, and then he would go like this, almost like he was trying to smell something. We have problems with some kids, you know, smelling, inhaling, things like that, almost like gasoline, stuff like that. So I wasn't sure if that's what was going on.
He likes his string. We go through a couple hundred of those strings. And sometimes it's our shoelaces too.
Yeah.
So stand up, babe. You're okay. You want to stand up? Yeah.
Bye. All right. See you, Connor.
See you, Connor.
All right, buddy. Thank you. Take care. Okay. Yeah. If you see me around, make sure you say hi. Okay.
Yeah. Just say hi.
It's Jeff, right?
Yeah.
It's Jeff.
All right.
So,
thank you guys.
so
You live
Okay,
up
let me just talk to my boss real quick.
I live right on Jackrabbit Trail.
Oh, okay.
So, but we're here for the music because we go there.
Oh, okay.
And then we'll go to the park over.
You want to check with him real quick, see if he needed them to stay or if they could go?
We're here all the time. That's why it's just like, I'm just so blown away.
What school is he going to?
Oh, he's going to go to Millennium.
Oh, Millennium? Okay.
I work at Desert Edge.
Okay.
But we like the program they have for them at
Diane?
Millennium.
I want to see my friends at Millennium.
Yes, you
How
are.
long have you worked at Desert Edge?
Terry Bennett and Brendan Song.
Almost 4 years.
Okay, because my boy Jordan was at Desert Edge.
What's your last name?
Lumadou.
What's your son's name?
Jordan. He was in the special needs class.
Right, with Andy?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I bet if I saw him, I'd
You
recognize him.
probably would.
Because I would help them when they come up all the time.
Yeah.
Like, you know Andrew is in his class? The stocky little guy?
I think so. I think I've heard him mention the name.
Everybody knows Andrew. They get him all wild up. Do you know John McCure? He's a police officer in Goodyear.
If he worked at Desert Edge, probably
no,
Jordan
he's not
would
our school. He's
because
not
Jordan
our
was always
school.
mentioning the officers.
Oh,
at the
yeah, we have
school.
two different
I told him if
officers.
there's any problems, you go to those guys and talk to them because they'll help you out. So.
Right. Well, no hard feelings.
Yeah, no,
I tried to be calm. I saw you on him, and I was just like, okay, I have to.
Well, I wasn't hurting him. I was just trying to hold him until I had another person come. That's all.
Right.
But just hang tight. I'm just making sure
You
my
looked
boss is
panicked,
good.
so you had me panicked.
No.
You had that look on your face like you weren't sure what the heck was going on. Thanks, Jeff. All right. And I'll look forward because I'd love to get one of those for
As soon
Connor.
as I find out, I'll give you a call.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
All right.
But yeah, no, you had this look like, what the heck is going on here?
No, fine.
So, and then especially because you were checking him too, and I'm like, trust me, it's.
Hey, I'm very sorry.
No, it's fine, buddy.
Yeah.
It's okay. Next time you see me, just say hi.
Yeah.
Just say hi.
Yeah.
Okay, it's Officer
Grossman.
Grossman. Oh, that's an easy one.
Officer Grossman.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. Well, take care. I'm sorry to cause you all this.
No. Like I said, just hang tight real quick so my boss.
Oh, do you need
that's all.
something?
I just want to make sure my boss doesn't need nothing from me at all.
Oh, okay. Well, you have my driver's license. It's
okay.
current. Oh gosh. Yeah, no, you Buckeye people know us for my divorce. That's for sure.
Not me.
No, have you been around very long?
Yeah, but I don't deal with home issues.
Oh, okay. Yeah, well, I don't think it's been over a year, so thank God. But my ex, my kids wouldn't go, so he'd call the police and make them come to force the kids to leave.
Okay. It's always a bad thing.
Oh, it's always, that's why I'm like, I do not want to have to deal with you guys. I try to be good. It's like, oh man.
Okay.
I just can't believe it. I'm just so sorry. I mean, I
No,
can't
it's fine.
imagine, you know, I guess, I mean, I can see when you showed up.
No, it's okay.
Probably better it was where you were in the position you were instead of when I saw you, if I saw you wrestling with him. I'd have been like, ah!
Well, I was talking to him just like this, and he kept kind of getting, you know, trying to back away from me and kind of almost looked like he wanted to run somewhere. You know?
Well, because he probably wanted to run into where I was.
Oh, no, it was in that direction over there.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Yeah, because usually when we come, I'll sit on the bench there, but it's summertime and we're trying to switch now from summer schedule to school schedule, and I didn't think anything of it. So I was like, oh, I'll just walk out and see what Connor's doing, and I'm like, oh, that would
No,
be...
it's okay.
Yeah, but now I get to tell Mom and Dad.
Oh, it's all right.
Hi.
Hi.
Are you the boss?
Yeah, he's my boss.
Oh, okay.
How
I
you
just
doing?
see you walking up, not sure what you're looking like.
Is he okay?
Oh, he's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, he already
He's
talked
not
to the
injured?
officer. No, I mean, he just has the mark on his face, but...
Why don't you take a photo of that? Just
Sure.
Right.
Do you want to, is he okay with me taking the picture, or do you want to do it?
Okay.
Here, you know what? How about I hold him? You can take it.
There you
Okay. I'm going to take a picture of your face, okay? Just hold still for me. You're such a good boy. You know I love you. Okay. And do you want the grass stain on his shirt too?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. But
well, he's okay. I go to Millennium High School and see Brian Solon.
he's fine.
Terry Bennett.
He's very flexible.
Okay.
So it was just a very odd situation, and you know, maybe you should. I mean, don't take this wrongly, but maybe your officers should learn more about, you know, disabilities too.
Definitely. There's a training dealing with.
That's what Jeff was saying. Jeff said it was new to you guys and everything.
Okay.
So.
All right. Well, if there's anything you could do, I'm gonna leave you my business card, and if anything come up, just give me a call, okay?
All right. I'll see how Mom and Dad act. I have to tell them. Thanks. It's just weird. Oh, you're Eric. Okay. Yeah, like I was telling him, he corners here all the time, you know, and he walks down the stairs, and he doesn't bother anybody. He usually stays away. That's why too. He has to have like more Chuck E. Cheese. My dad said to me, he goes, he's really good. You know, he doesn't bother anybody. He just stays in his own little.
No, like I said, like the only thing that distracted was whatever was in his hand.
Yeah.
He was bringing up to his face almost like he was trying to inhale something. That's what made me assume that he might have been trying to.
And goes like this.
Yeah,
it's
that's
just
what.
all part of the stimming thing. Trust me, I have to live with it
That's
all
okay.
the time, so you get used to it. So.
Well, they've passed it on to Mom and Dad.
Yeah,
if you have any questions, give me a call.
Jeff told me about a really good program because, Connor doesn't have any ID on him and he doesn't look 14. Yeah. So, in the future, then that way you can have like an ID. So, would you look for? You saw that on him? Oh, you don't know anything about the program.
Well, we pay attention to like medical bands and stuff like that.
Oh, okay. And I'm going to talk to him. So now that we had this incident, if anything ever happens in the future, and he sees somebody, a police officer approaching, I'll tell him to say, hey, tell them where I'm at or something, or at least talk to them. So it's all good, guys. I'm sorry. I'm just kind of freaked out by the whole thing because, like I said, to walk up on it, I hope I was calm enough.
Yeah, no, you're fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's just like, that's why I sat down. I'm like, I'm just going to sit here so Connor can see me and know that everything's okay. So, all right. I guess I was just kind of confused, like, at one point, if he could have just let him up a little more. I mean, his hand was turning white. You know what I mean? Especially because you knew that Connor knew who I was and stuff. It would have been just that part, but I don't know. I mean, you can't change what already happened, but you guys' lives are at risk all the time, so I totally get it.
That's okay.
I lost one of my friends, Dave Glasser, last year, so that was really bad, and so I get it. But it's just hard when it's your own. So you guys take care and be safe, okay?
No problem. Have a good night.
You too. Bye.
Hey, Charlotte County. This is Charlotte County Cop Watch, and I'd like to thank you for all your years of support through the years. As a result, this channel has grown and allowed me an equity partnership in carmarshal.com. Please take the time to check them out. They help you buy and sell your next car, even have a negotiating tool to save you from the hassle of haggling with multiple dealers. The link is in the description below. Please click and help support and give if you can too through PayPal or Patreon. Thanks again.